Hey everyone, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. It's Berlin. Hi, how are you doing? Hope you're all having a great Wednesday. Sorry, no makeup or anything just yet. To be honest, I have been trying to make this video for days. This video about Gabby, Hanna and Jessie Smiles and their situation. I've been trying to make it for days, and honestly, I've had like job interview and stuff. I've had things going on. But also, not only that, this whole situation has just been very mentally exhausting and very mentally trying for me personally. So it's been difficult. It's been a really difficult one to actually get to sit down and making. And it's very tough of a subject to talk about for me. But I think it's important to talk about it. And I did say that I would be making an update on the whole Gabby Hanna series thing as it went along, as it ended. I've already made one video on Gabby's series, if we can call it that. You know, I honestly don't think we can. For me, what Gabby Hanna's been doing with these videos, they're more like vlogs. It's not really a series. It's more like just Gabby sitting down in front of a camera and airing all of her dirty laundry, if you ask me. Throughout this series, that's what she's been doing. She's been going at drama channels. She's been going over beef that she's had with people like Rice Gum. She's just been airing it all out for the world. So for me, yeah, it's more of a vlog. It's not a series. And then we got to this point in the series where Gabby made a video addressing Jessie Smiles and the whole Jessie Smiles trauma situation once again. Now, this is something that's come up in the past between Gabby and Jessie 2 years ago. And honestly, I just feel so sorry for Jessie for being put in this position yet again, where you've got Gabby Hanna discussing her trauma. Now, this was something that happened with Curtis Lepore. I don't really want to talk about him, but Curtis Lepore, who was actually, he confessed to what he did to Jessie Smiles. Jessie Smiles has come out and talked about it and said that she had a head injury and that he did awful things to her in her sleep. So Gabby Hanna has heard all of that from Jessie Smiles in the past, and despite Gabby hearing that from Jessie, Gabby still decided to go to Curtis to hear him out. Now, I don't know about you, but if that was my best friend, as Jessie was Gabby's best friend at the time, if that was my best fucking friend and she told me, oh, okay, well, here's an experience that I had with a guy one night, this is what he did to me, and talked about how Jessie, you know, was not able to give consent, really, because she was injured and asleep. If that was my friend who told me that was their experience, they were asleep, they were injured, they were not able to give consent, then it would baffle me as to why my best female friend would want to go and hear this guy out, my abuser. Why would you want to go and hear that person out? I don't know. That is sick, disgusting, twisted. You know, I don't have words for that. And I think the whole of Twitter shares that sentiment as well. From everything that I'm reading on Twitter, everybody else is just as horrified with Gabby for that, except for the Gabby Hanna stans.
My sister-in-law was in the hospital and I was cooking her dinner because I'm not going to get into what she went through. That is her situation, but it was sad. And so I cooked her dinner because I don't know what the fuck to do. So I just started cooking her dinner because I wanted her to eat well when she got back from the hospital. And Gabby called me. My husband looked at me and said, do not answer the fucking phone. And I answered the phone, of course. And Gabby started screaming at me. She told me that my friend Jen Dent was tweeting and that if I didn't get her to stop tweeting, that she had 2 podcasts that she had filmed, filled with our past, filled with emails from our past, and she was ready to release them. And I told her, Gabby, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That's literally what I said. I I was like, I'm not on Twitter. My sister-in-law's in the fucking hospital. Can you leave me alone? And she told me that she was sorry to hear that, but that we all have a lot of horrible shit going on and that I needed to get my friend to stop tweeting or else she was going to release the podcast. And I ended up hanging up on her, and she did send me a text message before I could even text Jen to ask her what Gabby was talking about. And she reiterated that we all have terrible shit going on, but that I needed to get Jen to stop tweeting. What she was referring to is that last summer, Gabby, Hanna, and her fans perpetuated a rumor that Jen Dent had raped a little girl. A random guy from Australia decided to start tweeting Jen that she raped a little girl. And Jen was literally like, what the fuck are you talking about? But Gabby Hanna fans, because they hate Jen a lot, they decided to spread that rumor like wildfire. Gabby ended up addressing this in her Patreon, saying that she was aware of the allegations against Jen Dent, but everyone stay away from these people because they're very dangerous. And I just need to say this right now. There is no little girl. There is no victim that has come forward. It is a dude from Australia that when he was pressed for evidence, literally started trolling people and being like, oh, pee pee poo poo. Like literally, this is the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen on Twitter. So although I always believe all victims, there is no victim. So Jen was upset about that. That's why she was tweeting, because Gabby's fans tried to get Jen fired. Jen is a nurse, and they contacted Jen's old nursing job and tried to tell them about her rape allegations. So yeah, I would be fucking pissed too if a bunch of Gabby fans accused me of raping someone. What on earth? So long story short, I was telling her like, your fans called her a rapist today. Like, what do you want me to do?
Dude, I've been living in constant fear that a lie that I don't even know I'm telling is gonna catch up with me because I don't fucking remember it. Because I do impulsive shit and then I forget about it. I have memory issues, dude.
What you're basically saying is that you're so impulsive and you've done so much shit to hurt people over the years that you can't even keep track of it. And quite frankly, that's something you need to get help for. I'm not like shaming your mental health at all. I'm just saying that is a scary situation. And it means that you've treated a lot of people in ways that you can't even keep track of at this point because it's been so many, because you're so impulsive. That's not an excuse. Stop hurting people and you don't have to keep track of anything.
So here's where I want to talk a little bit about Gabby using mental health as a weapon, using it as an excuse for her treating people the way that she treats people. It is absolutely not an excuse for the way that she treats people. Mental health, I think, can be an explanation. I think it can help a person understand why they do things, but I don't think it can be a straight up excuse for treating people like shit. You know, I have seen some clips of mental health professionals talking about Gabby Hanna's behaviour, and they're all saying the same thing that I've already said about Gabby Hanna before, that she does weaponize mental health and then use it to manipulate her fans and the people that she's attacking.
You have put yourself in these situations. You have made the decision to have the interactions with Curtis Lepore that you have had. Rather than just sit here and say you lied, you're bringing up our past and talking about that I privated videos. Gabby, we're not here talking even about my 2019 video anymore. This has become so much more than that because of how much you've lied and how much you've put me through when you've lied. You know what it is? That I'm pregnant, and it's not even like, oh, I'm pregnant, please pity me. Like, I'm fucking pregnant, Gabby. I just had a miscarriage in January. I'm halfway done with my pregnancy, and I looked at my husband and I'm like, I haven't even enjoyed it. I don't deserve to have to be addressing this topic anymore. I left you alone for a year and you plotted a fucking series to follow through with your blackmail from last summer. I don't want to deal with you anymore. I promise my followers, this is my last video to Gabby Hanna. I don't want anything to do with this person anymore. Whatever she says, anything, I don't even give a fuck what she brings up from my past. If there's a tweet I liked or a YouTube video where you feel I was talking about you, girl, go for it. Just go for it. I don't care. I am sorry to my followers. I'm sorry to anyone watching this video that you're having to be involved in my life in a way that I, quite frankly, never wanted you guys involved in my life. I think this is a bit too far. I want to be happy. I want to enjoy my pregnancy. I don't want to live in fear of a person who would rather blackmail me than own up to how she's lied. I'm done with this person. I think she is a danger on this platform, not just to the people that she terrorizes when they're having mental breakdowns, but to her fans and her followers who every day are sent marching in a different direction to defend her because she'd rather create this spectacle of a series and pretend that she's never ever spoken up about anything than just say, I fucked up here, period. If you want to take accountability, just do it. But stop trying to paint yourself as someone who does no wrong and gets called out for nothing, and you're just being attacked and you're just being hurt. You hurt people, Gabby. You hurt people constantly. And mark my words, you will continue to hurt people. Once this series is over, 6 months, a year from now, when your music needs promoting, you are going to attack someone else like Rachel Oates or Oscar Wilde or Dominic DeAngelis. You are going to worry your followers on TikTok by doing dances and saying things that concern them. You are going to do that because that's you.
After I'd watched Jessie's video the other day, the whole entire video, I just thought, well, you know, Jessie has pretty much ended Gabby Hanna's career with that. You know, I don't see how Gabby Hanna can ever come back from this. It's horrific. And not only Jessie's video, but also Curtis on Twitter. He put out a statement on Twitter. It's like, you know, give it up. He's out there on Twitter trying to defend his actions. And you've got Jessie here who, as she said in the video clip there, she's pregnant. She doesn't need to be dealing with all of this anyway. But then you've had Gabby going off in this series. You've got Curtis, her abuser, putting up this statement on Twitter. I'm like, really, if Gabby Hanna has started this series and if she has done all of this to promote her music or to promote a book or whatever, you know, her OnlyFans, if she's done it to promote something, she's sick in the head. Like, really, you can't use this. You can't use Jessie Smiles' trauma to promote something that you want to release. I really hope that's not the case. I really hope we are not going to see Gabby now in the next couple of days go, oh look, here's my OnlyFans, here's a song, here's a book. You know, I really hope that is not the case. Gabby, as it stands, has been off social media for a few days. I would hope that she's gone to get some help, or that she's actually taking some time to really reflect on her actions, everything that she's done in this series, and also all of her actions leading up to her making this series. I'd really hope that she's actually taking some time to really check herself. You know, probably not, because the other day, Gabby put up this painting on her Patreon. If you look at the painting, it's a skull with a gun in the mouth. You know what you got yourself into. That is so threatening. Like, for real, that is super threatening. And this picture, this painting from Gabby was put up just after Jessie's video. So tell me that's not like a direct threat to Jessie Smiles from Gabby Hanna. I can't. Like, how do you even do that? Jessie Smiles has to come out with this video because Gabby had already made a video in her series talking about the Jessie Smiles situation. So Jessie's hand was kind of forced to make this video where she opened up about everything that Gabby and Gabby's stans have done to her and also done to other people like Jen Dent. Jessie's hand was forced into making this video. And then for Gabby to try and make it about her, the whole situation was about her and about how Jessie's trauma then caused her to become a rape apologist because of the way that Gabby's acted in the whole situation. And then Gabby's tried to make this whole situation about her being called a rape apologist and not actually about Jessie and Jessie's trauma, what Jessie actually went through. It's just selfish, for one. And it's disturbing. It is beyond disturbing. Also, I don't think that this is something that should have ever been brought out into the public domain in the first place. I think this is something that should have stayed between Jessie and Gabby rather than something that they were making YouTube videos about. But of course, because it's Gabby Hanna, Jessie has kind of been forced into talking about this again and, you know, being re-traumatized, having to relive her trauma and all of that. And I just feel sorry for Jessie in this situation. Gabby, to me, is somebody who is clearly quite unstable at the moment. You know, I hope that Gabby will really genuinely go get some help, you know, because I think that she needs it. And she needs to learn, and she needs to understand that she, as a 30-year-old woman, can't go around treating people the way that she has been treating everybody in recent months, whether it is someone who reviews her book or someone who she used to be friends with. She just needs to understand, you know, even if it's a drama channel or Oscar Wilde, you know, she needs to understand that her behaviour is not okay. Will she? I don't know. I mean, there were rumours that she's leaving YouTube after she's finished this series. You know, she's pretty much abandoned it right now, as far as I can tell. So I guess time will tell if Gabby does come back with any more videos, any more parts to this series. I really hope not. I genuinely hope not at this point. I, for one, have had enough of Gabby Hanna's antics, and I know a lot of other people on the internet have too. I just think it's a shame that Jessie was dragged through her trauma once again because of Gabby. So guys, I'm going to stop this little video right here. I'm going to go finish my face because I want to get on to making other kind of drama videos. So I'm going to leave this one right here. I just didn't think it was appropriate to come and do this one with a fan and like a wig and everything, because this is such a serious topic, and also because it is something that I find hard to talk about. So to me, it just didn't feel like a, you know, oh, ha ha, funny, let's be shady type of video. This is a serious crime that we're talking about. You know, it's not something that you can really laugh at all. So it just wasn't like a wig and makeup and everything moment for me. So guys, I'm going to say take care, stay safe, stay well. Please do let me know all your thoughts and opinions on the whole Gabby Hanna Jessie situation. Let me know if you think that Gabby Hanna can ever come back from this. Take care guys. Love you so much. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.